Peace out, Dave.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, that might do well. In fact, if you can edit your profile picture or one of them to like have heart emojis on them too.
Right.
I'll buy 4.
Well, I'll probably hit up Psych to like put something together for me.
Would
There
buy
you
it.
go.
I told him I would so buy it. I will buy either a hoodie or a T-shirt that says that,
Actually,
and
yeah,
I
can I
will
get a
wear that
hoodie?
shit proudly.
A
Yeah,
hoodie?
I'll take a hoodie.
I could do a hoodie. I can do
Yeah.
a hoodie.
I'd buy it.
I'm all
Yeah,
about hoodies.
I'm gonna hit up Psych and we'll figure something out. She's
Yeah,
very
there you
talented.
go.
Jeez.
That would be funny as hell. Are you live now, dude?
Yeah.
He's live right now.
Oh, let me get off this channel because Nerdy John likes to tell me about how I'm a woman and how I'm, problematic because I'm a woman and I have to go and I have
It's
to
the
go live in
Augie fan
30
in me,
minutes.
okay? It's
No,
the
no,
Augie
it's-
fan.
Oh, no, it's okay. It's okay. I understand. It's just know that one of these days you will be a subject. I'm just putting everything in the memory bank. You will be a subject on my channel. Just know that.
Good.
The big
Yeah, look.
nerdy John exposed video.
That's right, and I will be the one to expose you, sir.
Oh my god. So
Well, while you ponder on it and you plan on how you're going to like destroy his career, why don't you do me a favor, babe, and grab me a beer?
make
And
me a
let me-
sandwich.
And let me put it to let everybody know publicly and on record, Tipster, you can kiss my ass with that bullshit right there. Just saying. And with that, y'all have a lovely night and get your own fucking beers. Bye.
You know what? How about that?
I hate you.
Oh
Bye.
my god.
Got her there.
Let's go.
Shoot. But yeah, like Tipster, it's good to have you back. Like just doing content in general, because I know you had to take like that huge break from everything.
Yeah, it was nice to just kind of take a breather and reflect on some shit. I had some lessons to learn.
Mhm.
It's whatever.
Hey, I mean, if you're able to learn, like this is gonna sound corny, but if you're able to learn from this, move on with it, in the future now,
Well, the best thing that like came out of this is it gave me like a no fucks kind of attitude or whatever.
Heck yeah.
Where I just don't give a damn what anybody thinks about me. I'm just gonna do my fucking thing, and it is what it is.
Mhm. It is hilarious though, because like people are still trying to push your buttons. like there was that one viewer the other day when you were in Dave's chat, and he was trying to push your buttons, but then you just hit him right back.
Yeah. I don't know. Like it's like I said, it's just more fun to like play into the meme and shit.
Mhm.
So rather than get upset about it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so it's so toxic. I gotta ask you, from your personal interactions with the Discord Spurg, what do you make of
Oh
her?
god. Okay, you want my honest answer?
Honest answer.
I wanted her to be normal because she was like a really fun person to talk to because she liked wrestling and Pokemon. right?
Dude, that's what was great about her. Is she was
Yeah.
awesome, dude. Like that's why I got along with her because she was like super funny and she was super chill to hang out with. And just I don't know, something in the last 3 days, she just lost her freaking mind, and I don't know why.
Yeah, it's one of those like I don't know, like the few times I was in the free server, I kind of got like weird vibes off her, but that's just me not really. I don't really interact with a lot of people from the Shot from the Point audience to begin with.
We get it. You don't have much interaction with women. We understand, dude.
Hey, I have
You're not like
plenty.
the tip, all the tip, the tip gets all the ladies. You don't. We get it.
I will concede that I'm not like the tip. because the crazy girls go after me IRL.
Oh, that's even worse then. That's more trouble.
Yeah.
See, online, the worst they could do is leak my DMs. You know what I mean? With you, like, oh shit, you might have a stalker in your yard. You're like hiding in your bushes and shit.
Hey, that's why we have a Second Amendment, right?
Oh my god,
Jesus Christ.
is Matt back?
I am back.
What is up, Matt? How you
He's
doing?
popping
Yo,
back.
are we
It's
streaming?
out there.
Yeah, we are streaming. So I'm sorry. I know you like to say them, but no N bombs, no F slurs. This is
Yeah,
a
save those
good.
for the podcast.
This is a good Christian stream.
Oh,
Yo,
thank God I didn't say anything. Holy shit.
yo, Augie's got 1,100 people right now. What do you got, Nerdy John? We're going head to head, baby. What you got?
Yeah.
A whole 2, baby.
Fuck yeah.
It
Hell
says
yeah.
7 for me. Let's go, dude. I promoted him in my server. I said I was on, so
Oh well, thank you for that.
no problem. No problem.
I know. So, in case you guys don't know, this is kind of an impromptu stream because we were doing a show over at Dead on Dave's channel, but Dave's internet decided to say no.
Did his internet crap out again? Did it crap out again during this, or when I left?
No, he just
No,
dipped
he just
out. He
left.
bowed out.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He should have joined us. He should have hung out with the boys.
Yeah.
It
I
would
probably want to go watch SmackDown or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
maybe, but it's so much has happened this week. It's kind of like it's like an overload. Tipster, what do you think of this? Like, what do you think the reasons are for G Fuel just to like drop 7 of their management employees like that?
I mean, I don't know. It could be like they said, it's a restructuring thing.
Mhm.
It could be that it's just a cost savings measure. Unfortunately, like private companies, they'll just like ditch people if they feel like their position isn't necessary and they could save a few bucks by ditching them.
Mhm.
There's a number of reasons why something like this could happen, but it's messed up. Obviously, I feel bad for those
Yeah.
people that lost
Oh,
their jobs.
So, oh my god, I know Dave, not Dave. I know Tommy and Matt did a stream on it, but did you see Hassan molding that he was ranked in a B tier on a stream ranking list that XQC did.
I heard about this, but I didn't actually see it, and I didn't get to watch Tommy's stream, unfortunately. But that's funny. Like, imagine getting that fucking mad. Here I am, because there's been quite a few people who've done like commentary tier lists, right?
Mhm.
And like I always, for some reason, land in B tier, and I'm happy about that. I'm like, wait, I'm considered a B. Let's fucking
Oh
go.
my god,
But this guy's coping over being B tier.
I hate.
I have no knowledge of any of this.
Thank you for subscribing,
so
Tasha.
bizarre.
But yeah, I hate the tier lists that like just at everyone. Not because I get added, but it's just like, come on, dude, really? It's so pathetic.
Sometimes these tier lists get like ridiculous. There's like 80 freaking like profile pictures on there for like commentary or whatever.
I know.
And like most of them, you don't even recognize them. Some of them, when you look them up, and they're like just some dude, some small creator who made a video like 2 years ago and hasn't done anything since. It's like, why the fuck are they on this list?
Yeah, it's like some dude, like 2K, and like he's playing Minecraft, and he's like, all right, guys, so today Dream did something bad.
Or the funniest ones is like when you see the tier lists and they've got like A star on there, or they've got like Smaggle Daggle, like people who aren't commentators but they kind of hang out around the community. It's like, why the fuck are they on the list?
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, I know A Star used to be on Pescator's news team, am I correct? Like, that's where everyone knows him
Yeah.
from?
I think so, yeah.
Well, most people know him from John because he was like real buddy with John, and he used to mod for John.
Well, most people know him from the first guy that brought up the Pie Man situation on ironically a tier list,
Jeez.
Nick tier
Jeez.
list stream.
He's 15 or whatever the fuck the age
Yeah.
was. 14.
But he
14.
he goes, but he was turned on by it. That was his
Oh
quote.
my
Yeah,
God.
That was very bizarre. I like A Star personally, but yeah, that was a fumble. It happens. to the best of us.
Wasn't he also, like, to put in a more recent thing, wasn't he also the guy who told Lizzie to go to John about Cammy?
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't give him too much shit for that. He was like,
Yeah.
hey, you know what? I'll send you to an adult who could probably give you some good guidance, and here you go. And
Mm-hmm.
he sent him to the wrong person, but that's not
Boy.
A Star's fault. I don't
Boy,
think.
mate, write a Google Doc.
Well, it was funny because he's like, you could either do this or you could do this, and both of them involved writing a Google Doc.
Yeah.
It's like, really? You couldn't come up with anything else that didn't involve like a Google Doc, bro?
right.
Yeah.
Tell your story.
It was basically the options where you could tell it anonymously, or you can tell it with your name made obvious, public or whatever.
Yeah, ignore the fact that you could just like talk to your parents about it, but
Yeah, talk to your parents about it, or maybe you'll decide you don't want to come forward at all. Like there's several different options that could have been presented, but it's like, nope, Google Doc, or you guessed it, Google Doc.
yeah. Or
Yeah.
Microsoft Word if we're feeling fancy.
Right.
Tipster, are you excited for the Resident Evil 4 remake, or are you hesitant?
Yo, okay, so here's the thing, right? There have been rumors for a Resident Evil 4 remake for like a hot minute, right? And if initially I was like, dude, like this game doesn't need to be remade. It's perfect as it is. There's a reason why they port it to every console that's capable of playing it. This doesn't need to happen at first, right? But they sold me on it. When the trailer came out and like I saw some of the gameplay and stuff, they sold me on it, because the biggest problem, even though Resident Evil 4 is a good game, it's very action heavy. And for someone who started at the beginning of the franchise like me, I like the horror aspect of the franchise. So as much as I liked RE4, I missed the horror in it, right? They're bringing the horror aspect back based on what they're showing. So I'm actually looking forward to it. Initially, I wasn't, but they sold me.
Yeah, I like from what I saw from the trailer, like the set pieces too look like they're going to be really good.
Yeah,
and
it's definitely got a scary vibe to it, and I fuck with it.
And it looks like we're gonna get more story beat content, like a lot more story beats too, like Leon's initial like briefing on the situation.
Yeah, for sure. And they've redesigned his model to resemble how Leon looked in the RE2 remake a lot more too. So
right. So
cool.
they're I think that, like obviously other than money, I think a large reason why they started doing the remakes is so that way everything can now be more consistent lore wise, because now they can hint at other stuff in future games or future events. Thanks to them sort of like not retconning, but just like making everything a bit more cohesive.
Well, I also think it's for like there's a very split community when it comes to Resident Evil fans. There's the people that like the old stuff, and there's the people that prefer the new stuff. And I think that the remakes are a way of still keeping the old heads on board while also catering to the new people. So the new people can get their games that they like, your Resident Evil 7s, your Resident Evil Village, stuff like that. And then like the old heads, they can have their horror-oriented classic Resident Evil games. So it's a way to still sell product to both splinters off of the franchise, or the fan base rather.
Yeah, and
it's like, smart, actually. It's really smart.
Yeah, and like it gives them time to do more development for a Resident Evil 9, who is probably going to be the daughter of the previous protagonist from Resident Evil 7 and 8, sort of like closing off that trilogy maybe.
Yeah, because see, like a fan like me, like the furthest back I go is like everything RE5 and below. I love that stuff, and everything after that, I just really don't care for it. So, like I said, it's a good way to cater to like the old fans while also still providing something that the new fans will enjoy.
Yeah. What was RE6 about?
A dumpster fire,
dude. Okay, this is what I'll say about RE6. You first of all, you shouldn't play it, but if you're going to play it, just play Leon's campaign and don't bother with the other characters. It's not even worth it.
Is that the one? Okay, I'm trying to figure out. There was a Resident Evil I played, right? Or I watched the playthrough of it. And the main character's like fat. He's got like a double chin, but he's also kind of like
no knowledge
broad.
of any of this.
Does that make sense?
So bizarre.
He was like a fat guy. I think I watched like a playthrough like I think it was like probably like 2010 maybe. I don't know.
A fat guy in Resident Evil.
Okay, I'm not saying like he was really fat. I'm saying like he had like a fat face. It was really awkward looking.
I don't know which one you're talking about.
Resident Evil
fat guy.
Resident Evil fat guy. Because the first thing I think when you say fat guy is like the merchant from Village.
Same.
No, not that fat. I think more like a lean fat, like a 240-pound guy. You know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It just looked awkward. I can't remember.
Was there like a DLC mission in like Resident Evil 5 where you played as a fat guy? No, you played as.
No, there was a couple DLCs for that, and I think both of them you play as Jill and Chris,
Yeah.
something like that. Well, there was that one that you play as Jill and Chris, and then there's another one that's I think it's Sheva and Chris. I don't know. I forget.
So this is directed towards Matt and Toxic. Question: that episode you recorded with Oracle and Nox, is that salvageable at all?
What is this?
Oh, Tipster!
Wait, is
Tipster.
Oracle that guy that like would spam everybody on Twitter in his
Yes,
fucking videos?
And dude, like, okay, so like,
I muted that guy ages ago. Well, obviously I'm not on Twitter anymore, but when I was, I had him muted.
Right. So like, and again, I was explaining to Matt in DMs that like, if I were to like explain like the problems I have with this dude, it's gonna be like petty. But like he did a bunch of little stuff that just annoyed me over time. And then like he would do like the constant self-promotion even when the conversation had no relevancy to it whatsoever. And like would do the adding of creators constantly. And then he tried to set up a debate between Repzion's girlfriend and Repzion's ex when the ex was suing the current girlfriend over harassment.
You know, like as stupid as that is to try and set up, let's be honest, that would be some insane fucking blood sports, dude. Like, talk about content, bro.
I mean,
it's never gonna happen, but it would be awesome.
I get where he was coming from, but it's like there are certain
He's not the guy to do it.
Right.
He's not the guy to
oh
do
my
it.
god! And then like whenever drama
to answer
happens.
your
Sorry, Matt.
to answer your question, Nerdy, it is salvageable. It is it's edited, right? Toxic. It is.
Sure.
Yeah, it's edited. It's gonna come out after the Liana one, right?
What is this about? What is
Is
this?
it?
So let
I'm
me
confused. What's going on?
Let me explain, Tipster. When people were calling out Oracle, me having history with the dude, I kind of went a bit harder at him, right? So he and then like my friends Mike the Bike joined in on it too, and then he made this tweet saying that me and Mike were hiding something from the community that we didn't want anyone to find out about.
Oh, I heard about this. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
What are you hiding? What are you hiding?
Look, okay.
Do you got e-girls in that harem too?
Look, I already
sure?
revealed this. Me
My
and Mike
dog, dude. Hell yeah, dude.
me and Mike have been planning this gay op since 2016. You know, like we've been in the works for this for quite a long time. But
Yeah.
no, like, well, okay, so like, and then backtrack. And so like Nox, I think you've talked to Nox before, right, Tipster? During there was a drama. But
I don't remember. The name rings a bell.
yeah, he's friends with THS.
Okay.
Yeah, and Nox decided to call him out too, because like Nox in particular, he was like begging to collaborate with him, right? And so like Oracle just went unhinged. He was talking about how like not me, but like he started talking about how like Repzion's ex was like 100% confirmed pedophile, and like was trying to claim that our friends were orbiters and stuff. Like it was just fun. It was fun to laugh at, right? Because like this man is literally having a mental breakdown on Twitter. He then DMs Matt Pitt a few weeks ago, and keep in mind what I'm describing to you happened a couple months ago. Mm-hmm. He contacts Matt Pitt and he goes, "Yo, so like you settle current dramas and beefs, right?" And he wanted Matt to get me and Nox on a podcast to settle our quote unquote beef. I was just
Oh
like,
my God.
I'm just sitting there like, dog, like I don't care. Like you're
Yeah.
like,
There is no beef.
Yeah,
Maybe you're coping, but I'm fine, dude.
yeah, like you're so unfortunately like some like prior family events happened, so I wasn't there for it, so I had to write a quote unquote statement and send it to Matt. I was like, look, dude, I don't care. I don't understand why you want to settle beef with me. because like let's say hypothetically Oracle like blows up within like the next 2 years or whatever. He's at 10K. No one's gonna care about it, right?
Mhm.
And like we were like I wasn't friends with him. We were like acquaintances at best when I was trying to be nice to him. And it was just like I think like part of me thinks he did it so that way he could try and like self promo his channel a bit because he
Probably.
saw like the numbers that like the Now Recording podcast was getting. I don't know.
Shout out to Now Recording.
Yeah, great podcast by the way.
Now recording.
Hell yeah,
there you
dude.
go. But
So, go ahead, nerdy.
yeah, and then like Hannah Clark, I'm sorry, Hannah Animal
Shout out
got
to
in,
Hannah Animal, the
Yeah.
homegirl.
she got into it a bit because Oracle was begging her so that way she could get you and what's the other guy's name? He's like got the blue squid avatar. Shoot. But
Glitch.
no, not glitch, but like British dude who does like the deep voice.
Omega.
Omegon.
Yeah.
Omegon,
He's
yeah.
a homie.
Yeah.
Wait, he wanted us to do like a debate or something? Like,
No. He wanted Hannah to get into contact with you two so that way he could do collaborations with you. And he was
oh, I
pressuring.
remember this. She told me about this.
Yeah, and he was like pressuring her, like, hey, can you get me in contact with them? I would really like to do collaborations.
The funny thing is, if he wasn't such a like self-promoting spurg, I might have been willing to actually do something with him.
Yeah. And so
But
like
by then, he had already annoyed me. So
right.
So yeah, so we had the debate, right? And THS took Nerdy John's place, and it was a shit. The debate sucked.
Yeah.
You couldn't understand a word. Fucking what's his name? Oracle. Yeah, you couldn't understand a word what he was saying. He has a speech impediment, and he's on a mobile phone, and he has a very strong
Accent.
British accent. Yeah, so you couldn't understand what he was saying. And I'll just say it right now. Knox is being kind of annoying. I don't know if he knows if he's being annoying or not, but he comes off kind of annoying. Beavers called him out on it. This guy literally says, "I'm blowing up." Like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm blowing up. About his YouTube.
Is he blowing up?
Is he blowing? I don't know. I
He
don't
just
care.
hit like
I'm just saying.
500 subs I want to say like a week or two.
I mean,
ago.
but I'm just saying, like, he was because I asked him at one point. I asked him if he wanted to do this. He said no, like one word, no. I was
Oh
like, okay.
yeah. So like
Yeah, so-
I like he was like asking me about this. I don't think I'm leaking anything really sensitive. I'm just gonna paraphrase. He was he was saying like he thought this was gonna be live, and he's saying if I hear Oracle say my name, I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna tell him to shut up. And I was like, no, like you don't understand. This is a pre-recorded podcast, and your drama with him was very public. So he like as much as like you don't like Oracle or like you find him annoying, he is allowed to talk about it. And so like that's why he agreed to it, because like he wanted to like monitor what Oracle was saying.
Yeah, so yeah, he was like I don't hate Knox. I don't have anything against Knox. He seems like a all right guy. He's kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Like when you dropped out, Nerdy, I was like, okay, well, we can reschedule, and all of a sudden he says, well, I can't do anything else until August, and he had never been anything vocal about that. Like he had never said like, hey, Monday's the only day I can do this. He never said anything like that.
Right,
So he basically took it away from you in a way, if you get what I'm saying, like because he said I can't do it. So then I was like, okay, well then we'll do you versus Oracle then, and he's like, no, I'd feel more comfortable with Nerd John. So then I'm like, what the fuck you want from me? Like,
right, and I like
okay.
I know I've already apologized about it, but like I am sorry.
No, you're good, dude. You did nothing wrong. I'm just saying, like, we could have easily rescheduled it. But he says he can't do anything till August, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you want me to do. So luckily enough, THS decided to take a break from her break and come on the podcast and settle it. And yeah, it wasn't much of a debate. Couldn't understand what Oracle was saying most of the time. Knox was, just saying stuff, and I mean, he was. At least I could understand his side. THS was chill. It was mostly like a disagreement that was pretty much agreed upon, and that was it. And the better part of the podcast is when the debate ends and we just kind of start shitting on it and talking about random shit. and the recording
gone.
fucked up. Gone. That part's gone. So
Oh,
all we got is
no.
the debate.
Yeah,
So,
that
yeah.
conversation was so funny too.
Yeah, we had a funny conversation. So we were just kind of like annoyed by everything by it. So we were gonna drop it, and then the Liana stuff happened, and so we're probably gonna drop it this week and just call it the worst debate of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a like that's a proper thing for it. And like,
Yeah.
like I don't want to talk a big game, but like I probably would have. I don't want to say it would be blood sports, but I probably would have poked more fun at Oracle during it.
By the way, I'm back. I had to step away for a second.
Oh, you
Yeah,
good,
you
man?
good.
You good?
Yeah, the wife needed something.
Uh,
She needed me to sign the divorce papers. You know, after anything.
Cool.
oh my God! It's been confirmed by Nicholas Diorio.
Nicholas Diorio guessed it, dude. He figured it out. No, I'm just kidding, obviously. Funny story, actually. So, like, a lot of people think I don't keep my wife in the loop on everything that's going on or whatever. Like,
Uh-huh.
dude, like, I couldn't hide this shit from her if I wanted to. She watches my channel. She followed me on social media and shit when I was on there.
Mhm.
Like, we were talking last night because she sees, like, you know, accounts like randomly on Twitter or something that will still say dumb shit about, like, our marriage and stuff. And then she's like, do I have to come on your stream and tell these fucking retards I don't give a shit?
Oh, oh, dang!
This is the funniest thing ever, dude. But I'm like, nah, you don't have to do that. She's not a creator, so and she doesn't want to be. So I'm not gonna.
Okay. Also, the fat character that I was talking about in Resident Evil, his name is Parker, I believe. Parker Luciani.
Parker Luciani.
Making it.
Let
yeah.
me look him up.
Is Parker Lucian? I feel like I should know this, so I'm gonna feel like an idiot one night. Who the fuck is Parker Luciani?
Oh, you're talking about Revelations. Oh, the guy isn't fat, but he's
That's
like
fat.
He's a bit of a chunk.
That's fat.
He's a bit of a.
He's got a double check.
Yeah, that's a good game. Actually. That's a
Yeah,
really good game.
oh, yeah,
But
that
what was
was-
the question about it earlier?
I was asking if that was the Resident Evil 6. That's the only one, like, because I don't keep up with Resident Evil. I was asking if that was this, because that was the 6th one. Because I remember that one looking kind of awkward. Something.
Yeah, that one's Resident Evil Revelations, which is kind of like a spin-off series. They have Revelations 1 and 2.
Oh,
And that was actually really good because it was kind of like there was a shit ton of like action games in the franchise, and that was like the first turn of the franchise going more horror oriented.
oh,
wasn't
So
which
yeah.
one's the one? All right, there was one, right? There was one of the Resident Evils. I think it was after 4, where it's in Africa,
that's Resident Evil 5.
yeah, that's 5. That's 5.
and they got into trouble because the zombies were black.
Yeah, that was a white dude killing a bunch of black people.
Yeah.
Dude,
But-
it was so what they did is they sprinkled in a few like light-skinned zombies in the
Yeah.
crowd.
Yeah, but you know, if they
That's
made
all
all
the
the zombies white, they would have been like, where's the black zombie representation?
So it was like we'll just sprinkle a few whiteys in there and we'll call it a day.
Was that a good game? Was that a good
Huh?
game or no? Was it a good
It's
game?
pretty good. It's still heavily action. In fact, it's more action than RE4, but it's a good game. I like
To be honest with you, like people stopped talking. In my opinion, I'm as a normie who like you only knew about Resident Evil through people telling me about stuff. People stopped talking about Resident Evil after Part 4 up until like Part 7 was like when I started hearing people talking about it again.
Right.
So
yeah,
like
because like I said, a lot of the longtime fans they kind of fell out with it after like 4 or 5, yeah, it really picked up steam again with 7 because again it was a return to horror. Personally, I didn't like it because they went first person with the games after that, and I'm
Yeah.
not a fan of that. But having said that, for a lot of people, like they really liked 7, and then obviously like Village now is a really popular one too.
Mhm.
yeah.
So you're right. They had some stinkers there. 6 was pretty fucking bad. They had some spin-offs games that most people didn't like. Although I liked Operation Raccoon City. A lot of people shit on that one, but
Really?
I liked it. Yeah.
That's usually
I
like
mean,
the.
it's, if you can get past the bugs, because that's its biggest problem is the bugs.
Huh.
If you can look past those, it's fine. Especially if you can get together with some friends and play it. It's a good time.
So what exactly was the issue with Resident Evil 6?
It's just bad. The story's bad. The gameplay's bad. For like I said, longtime fans like me that like the horror, it's way too action heavy. It's super campy. It's just all around bad.
Okay.
Like it has no redeeming qualities.
Gotcha.
And like
And it-
the story didn't make sense either because like there would be points where the campaigns would like intersect and like somehow like Chris and Leon know of each other Like that's what confused me, at least when I was younger.
There's a lot of inconsistencies in like the story. And
Wait,
stuff.
Chris and Leon don't know each other? Or
They've
no?
never crossed paths in the franchise. But then again, if you look at Code Veronica, when Claire's trying to contact her brother, she says she's going to send Leon an email so he can reach out to the brother. So maybe they have met. It just was never in the game.
Well, it's like you think like outside of the games, right? They're all like they've at least met up a couple times, like
maybe
you know, like in like Star. Yeah, aren't they both like agents now, stars or something? Or whatever.
They were both technically Leon would have met Chris because they both work at the same police station, but Chris was part of a special
Well, no, because Leon was starting and during the Resident Evil 2 Raccoon City incident, Leon was a rookie starting on his first day, and by then Chris had already left to go to Europe to go to the Umbrella HQ. So,
well,
yeah,
no,
Chris
I'm
had
talking
already
about
gone
like
already.
if the outbreak never happened.
Yeah, if the outbreak never happened, yeah, they would have crossed paths.
All I'm saying is they work for the same company now. Like after, right? They work for the same company.
Leon was with the U.S. government. He was an agent for the U.S. government. I don't think they really specify what agency he works with, but he was with the U.S. government. And then Chris was working with the BSAA, which is an anti-bioterrorism unit or some shit like that.
So they work for a different company.
Yeah.
Okay. Who does Jill work for?
Jill was also BSAA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and Leon's was special circumstances because the government tracked him down right after the events of Resident Evil 2 and basically gave him the ultimatum like, look, you could work for us or you could die.
Yeah. So Jill never met Leon either, right? Or have they?
Trying to think, did they ever meet later in the franchise? I don't know. I'm having a brain fart. Like I said, after the classic games, I kind of like lose it because I wasn't as interested in the newer ones.
Hashtag not a true fan.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think they've had any crossover. I'm probably forgetting something. I don't know.
Right. And yeah, like, and I think it like the more modern Resident Evil games, like I'm talking like the 7 and 8 specifically, I think it was probably best for them just to have like one legacy character in it, so that way like the focal point can still be on Ethan and his story.
Yeah,
because there's so many like characters in this franchise, some of which have never really been revisited again, and some of them I'd like to see them make a return in the franchise because we don't even know what's going on with them. But yeah, there's so many characters, it can get really convoluted. That was another problem with 6. They threw so many fucking characters in that game that it gets confusing to keep up with all of them.
Right. Okay. And then like part of the problem is like when your fans want you to go into a more horror, like because there's a huge outcry after 6 that there needs to be a horror oriented Resident Evil game, right? The problem stems from, well, like you have these characters who have already experienced the horrors of Umbrella, so you need to bring in new characters so that way they can experience the horrors fresh for themselves. So like if the series continues with the horror oriented stuff, you're going to see a lot more of fresh new characters, because like I said, having characters who are already used to everything, it's not going to be as impactful.
Yeah, that's part of why like the action that even though I didn't like it, the action kind of made sense in the later series, because you have these characters that have already experienced what it's like, fighting against BOWs and shit like that. So like they're more well equipped to deal with it. So then the fact that it's more action heavy later in the franchise kind of makes sense. So I do think that they made the right call with like 7 and 8 introducing characters.
Nerdy John, about Village, how were they? Because they were old, like the bad guys, the antagonists in Village. They're old, right? They're like vampires and stuff like that.
Yeah. So actually, how it connects with the lore is one of the founders of the Umbrella Corporation was actually was familiar with the main antagonist of Village. So that's actually lore wise now. Like she helped, like the antagonist of Village helped him inspired him to do the Umbrella Corporation.
Okay. And so she got hit with the virus? Like,
No, actually, her form of the virus is much older than any variant Umbrella has ever experimented
Right.
with.
gotcha. Okay. So they've just been sitting in that castle for all this is going on for years?
Yeah, and they've kept the townspeople under their control for quite a long time. From what I've seen, I think it's hinted at that like people have like tried to go into the village, but they either end up dead or they turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't played Village yet. I tried to play it fairly recently, actually, but one of the main reasons I don't like Resident Evil going first person is the fact that like first person games really make me motion sick. So I tried to play it in like 10 minutes and I was already feeling sick. So I'm like, fuck.
Isn't there
So
a
I'm
setting?
really excited that they're doing the third person mode
Yeah.
with the DLC.
Isn't there like a setting that like you can put on that like helps with motion sickness or something?
There are some settings. The biggest one that works the best for me when I play games that make me motion sick is being able to lower the frame rate. And for whatever reason, Resident Evil Village does not have an option to lower the frame rate under 60
shit.
FPS.
Yeah.
So that seems to help me the most. A lot of times, what I'll do, because I play a lot of games on my PC these days, I'll play in a smaller window because the smaller window helps. And then
Mhm.
also I'll lower the frame rate. And that helps a lot too.
So
But yeah, on Village, you cannot lower the frame rate under 60 FPS.
are there any first person games that have not given you motion sickness?
Depending on the game, some games like they all give it to me, but like some of them I can play longer in longer like sessions before I start to feel like a little bit nauseous. Like for example, Halo. If I play Halo, I can probably put in an hour or two before I have to put it down.
I would imagine it's probably pretty hard to play the more like retro FPS games like Doom or Duke Nukem.
Oh my god, dude! Like back in the day, like because I've always had motion sickness, but as I get older, it gets worse, right? So like, I've always had this problem, but like, dude, trying to play Doom or like old school Quake now because of how quick everything moves, oh, it's a nightmare.
Right,
It's a
especially
fucking nightmare, dude.
especially since you're essentially working with like uncapped frame rates for those games.
Yeah, and especially like on modern hardware, like dude, the frames just go up like crazy because they don't have the same bottlenecks on the hardware they did when those games originally came out.
Right.
Oh man, yeah,
Like
it's pretty bad.
I was do you know the YouTuber G-Man Lives? He does like a lot of like retro FPS games.
No, I'm not familiar with them.
Well, he in his video on Quake, he was talking about how like you needed a really expensive setup to like do Quake because like that was like one of the first 3D oriented first person shooters. So like even though there was no like model interpolation, you needed a really beefy computer at the time to handle it.
Yeah, because id Software took a big risk at the time. A lot of games, they were intentionally scaling back like what they were able to do because they didn't want to have to. They felt like they would limit their market if they forced players to have to get like beefy graphics cards and stuff like that. So they were limiting their games so they didn't have to push what they called hardware acceleration at the time,
Right.
in order to play the game. Whereas id's like, you know what, this is a big risk, but it might pay off for us. So we're gonna really focus on hardware acceleration for
So
Quake. And it ended up working in the end, and it really drove the enthusiast PC market, where like you see these PC gamers like beefing up their rigs and like getting the best graphics cards, the best audio hardware, like everything. Like it's insane.
So guys, you know how like you want to get into the PC gaming market, but in order to play modern games, you need like a graphics card that's worth like $1,000. You can blame id Software for that.
Yeah, for sure. Back in those days, it was like a lot worse though, dude. Like to play Quake, like holy shit, you were paying some big dollar dues to play that.
Right.
Game.
I mean, because like
at least to play it well, because they did have like the software. What is it? I forget what they called it, but it was like a software rendering mode that like you can get it to run. It just wouldn't run as good. But if you wanted to get the best performance on the game, you really, really needed like the beefy graphics card,
Right.
like that, like the Voodoo cards of the day and shit.
John Carmack was a genius when it came to like building the engines, because like he was able to make advancements but at the same time stabilize the engines. And like granted these are early engines, but still like he it laid the groundwork for a lot of modern games. Like for
Did you
example,
ever read oh, go ahead. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt.
oh yeah, I'll make this last point and then you continue. Like the very first Call of Duty was on the Quake 3 engine. Without Quake, we might not have Call of Duty, or at least what was like Call of Duty in its modern form.
Yeah, the Quake engine really contributed to a lot of, not even just Call of Duty, like fucking Half-Life was built on a modified Quake engine. A lot of the games we play nowadays, or a lot of the franchises we play nowadays, started on the Quake engine, so it's pretty impressive. But what I was going to ask you is, have you ever read the book Masters of Doom?
I want to, but I haven't tracked down a copy.
Dude, read that book. If you have to get it digitally, fucking get it digitally, dude. It's like an awesome book because it tells the whole story of like id Software and how they made Doom. It goes into Quake and all that stuff. And it's crazy because like you mentioned how like John Carmack was like a wizard when it came to like designing game engines and stuff. It literally talks about how like the way id Software operated was hilarious because, you know, nowadays game studios, you'll have a team working on the engine and then you'll have another team working on art assets, and then, you know, there's different teams doing different things. Like literally the rest of id Software would just come into the office and sit on their fucking hands, waiting sometimes for months for John to finish the engine.
Wow.
So he'd be in his office with his door locked. He'd lock himself in his office and he would just mash code for months designing the game engine, and they wouldn't do shit until he was done.
Yeah,
and when he
and-
was done, it's like, okay, we can start level building and everything.
Yeah, and then although John Romero was a designer for the levels, he was the big idea guy from what I'm familiar with.
When it came to Quake, yes. Although I think he was the guy that came up with the idea for multiplayer on Doom as well. So like the whole concept of deathmatch, he came up with that.
Which is
So-
ironic because one of the reasons why he was fired was because he spent too much time on deathmatch and wasn't coding.
Yeah, too much time playing Doom with fans of id Software.
Yeah, like
instead of actually doing his fucking job.
like I heard that like Carmack wrote a program on Romero's computer where it would actually log how many hours he was programming and then how many hours he was playing deathmatch.
Yeah, something like that.
And then he used
Dude, I
it-
thought we were gonna talk about drama, and now it's like fucking gamer nerd out session.
Hey,
dude. I kind
I'm-
of dig it.
I mean, I'm sorry, Matt, and Toxic, but this is the this channel is called Nerdy John for a reason, and plus to because of my PC, like it's an all-in-one from like 2015, so like my game selection is not that great, so I end up playing a lot more retro games.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody knows me. I love retro games. So
Have we talked about it? Has Liana been talked about on
No.
this?
Not really. I mean, in the beginning, I touched on it.
Yeah,
very, very briefly, very, very briefly.
yeah. If you want to, we can go more in depth with her because like you guys have had all the DMs with her, you poor souls.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I explained most of this stuff on our podcast. We go into the whole
Now
thing.
recording.
Yeah.
The whole
Actually, I
story,
have
the
it.
whole-
I have it on my screen, so I'll copy and paste it into the chats. That way, people can go check it out.
Yeah, but if you got any questions, John, I'll answer. But it's just,
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
Yeah,
I didn't, yeah, I didn't know if I didn't know this was going to turn into something like this.
Honestly, I
yeah,
didn't
because-
know either.
Yeah, I'll answer whatever you want to because apparently I'm being blamed for introducing her into this community.
Yeah. How dare you,
Thank you,
tipster?
She found me and like she was cool, so like I
Oh,
let her
was
hang
she?
out in my community.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
it's like,
she was commented on it a few times now. She was really fucking funny.
Yeah.
She was really cool, and yeah,
she didn't bother anybody. You know,
Right.
she'd pop into the voice chat. She'd say a couple things. and then she'd make a joke or something, and then she'd leave, and then like she didn't spurg out. Toxic, do you remember any other situation where she spurged out at all?
Outside of her and Oz's little back and forth every once in a while, not really.
There was a situation with Colton where
yeah.
she gave. I mean, she basically got Colton banned from the server because Colton was talking shit about the server. She showed screenshots to Tommy, and Tommy was like, "I don't know, all right, fuck, get him out of here. I don't get like I don't want to deal with this shit." Because he was calling our server a grooming server and stuff like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Well, that was with the Zell and Channy drama, right?
Yeah. And then Oz got timed out for a week after having like a back and forth with her. And then she goes into a voice chat and she says something like, "I've gotten 2 guys banned already. Who's next?" And I was in there and I was like, "Liana, what? Why would you say something like that after we just had a conversation about all this?" She's like, "I'm just kidding, bro. I'm just kidding." All right. And I was just like, okay, whatever. Like, I don't know. I feel like she was kind of wrapped way too much into this. Like, I think she was all about this drama and getting into these little group chats and chatting about everybody and talking shit about everybody and getting little bits of information that she could find, you know, and now she's kind of gotten dumped out because of the situation, and I don't know. I guess she's having issues.
Would it be funny?
Like, I always thought she was good people or whatever. I mean, somewhere in there, I think she might still be good people, but I just think some stuff's going on, maybe in her personal life, or maybe she's getting into some things like that she shouldn't be, and yeah, she's just kind of having a meltdown. So I don't know. I don't hate her. I don't hate her.
Right. Speaking of Colton,
not yet.
I don't know if you know this or not, Tipster, but Colton is now playing armchair Discord therapist. So like all the spurgs, yeah. So like all the small spurgs in the community that get picked on, like he consoles them now. So like, wouldn't it be funny if like he like starts messaging Leon and being like, "It's okay, I'm here for you."
Speaking, Tommy just tweeted out another DM from Liana.
Oh my god, let's read it.
No.
Let's read it.
From yesterday, it says, "I'm gonna show you guys. You'll see. I'm fighting for my right to be a fucking lunatic. Thank you. Good night." And Tommy C says, "And thank you all. Good night."
Oh my god.
I
think she sent this one. Well, actually, he didn't mention it publicly, so I'm not gonna say. But he told me who she sent this one to. I'm aware of who she sent this one to because he sent this one to me earlier.
Okay.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, Jessica Pizzle tweeted out like a whole like 67 messages of her in the clip server just going schizo.
Yeah, we go over that bit on the podcast. That's kind of what got her banned from our server because she was saying information like, all right, I don't know what your opinions are, right? All right, she said someone's first name. Mm-hmm. She said someone's country. She said someone's occupation, not their literal occupation, but what they do for. But like how someone can be like a therapist or like a construction worker. Mm-hmm. So she said that, and then she said, there can't be that many people like you doing this. I'm gonna find you." Like that's what she said.
Oh, you basically. See, that's a threat at that point. That's a threat.
See, like, okay, it's definitely a threat of trying to do something. Okay, like it can definitely be interpreted as a threat. I've seen some, like I listened to a little bit of your guys' show, and there was kind of like you guys are passing around the idea of like, is this doxing? I think it kind of is, because I mean, if you're disclosing things that were shared privately and weren't meant to be public, even if it is just like a first name basis thing, I think it kind of is. Yeah.
Yeah. And if she didn't like add on that last part there where she was like insinuating that she was going to get more information, you could pass it off as being vague, but even then, like if it was me, I would nip it in the butt just to be safe.
Yeah, no, because I get that, and like the threat itself is what makes it like very, very bad and obviously ban worthy. But I go back to what's that girl who was obsessed with Destiny?
Like the ex. What's her face?
Damn, I can't remember.
She's a VTuber now.
Anivore.
Anivore. There you go.
Anivore was claiming she got doxxed because Destiny said her first name in her state. So I don't.
Is her name not Anna?
I don't think so.
Oh,
but
okay,
that's awkward.
But she was like that was like she's like Destiny doxed me, and that was the reason. Like he said my first name and my state. So I don't know if necessarily saying just one first name. It's definitely I guess if it's private information, I guess yeah, it's definitely wrong. Tipster, you told me a story once of, and I'm not going to say their name, that someone started saying your first name in the server, and one of your servers after you you were going to ban them or something. They started saying your first name as like kind of like an intimidation tactic. I just think it's kind of weird. I think and then you add in the aspect of it being a threat. That's vile and wrong and unhinged and bannable, ban worthy. But
I don't remember that situation. You'll have to remind me later off.
I'll just DM the name.
Because I'll be honest, I don't remember that, dude.
Yeah.
I deal with so much crazy shit that I can't remember it all.
Yeah, I think it's because
yeah, that's right. Yeah, he tweeted it out.
Yeah.
This person tweeted it. Jesus.
Yeah, they tweeted it out, and then they like DM'd me something along the lines of like, it was a reference to my name and it was a reference to where I live. Not necessarily like the city, but like the state that I live in.
Yeah.
Right,
So,
right.
Which I mean, the state that I live in is pretty public. I live in Southern California, so it's public.
Yeah, but like still, like the fact that the fact that like people resort to that, like yeah, you're in the wrong. Clear as day with that one.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So this doesn't relate to this drama, but did you guys see the quartering shaved? And now he's got like he's got a trucker stash going on.
I heard you guys talking about it on Dave's show, but I haven't looked at it yet. How bad is it?
It's pretty bad.
I called him a gay cowboy.
Where can I see this? Is it just on his new videos? It's like that?
I'll send.
Oh my god! I see the thumbnail of his last video. What the fuck, dude? Why would you do this?
What was it for charity?
I hope so. Oh my!
Like
this is awful, bro. He looks like the stereotypical like fucking drunk dad.
Yeah. He looks like he's about to go to his son's ball game, you know?
Yeah. After having a few too many drinks first.
Yeah. He's cussing out the umpire in the crowd, yeah.
Yeah.
I seen somebody say something like a chunky fucking Hulk Hogan. I'm sorry. You do not curse Hulk Hogan like that, dude. Like this
was slug.
Awful. If somebody clips this, sends this to Jeremy, like I love you, Jeremy, like you the homie, but like this is bad. I hope to God that this was for charity, because there's no other reason to do this to yourself.
It would have been better
shit.
if he just shaved everything. Just shave everything. It would have worked less weird.
Oh, that's so bad. Oh my god. I can't stop looking at it. Oh my god.
Oh god, Nintendo Mail in all caps says, "What the hell is that?"
You know, Jeremy, the beard was hiding your least flattering features, so grow it back as quickly as possible, dude. I'm just saying. I'm not saying like I'm a fucking Adonis or anything. Definitely not. But you need the beard, dude. You need the beard.
How would Tipster look with a full-grown beard?
I want to grow one, but like my facial hair just grows in retarded. Like once I start growing in a little bit on my like chin, my hair grows in like to the side, so it looks like my chin has a fucking comb over. I hate it. So every time I think about like, yeah, I'm gonna grow a beard, then I look at it, I'm like, I have to live with this fucking comb over on my chin for at least a month before it gets out long enough to do something with it. And I'm like, fuck that, dude. And I end up shaving it off.
Yeah, because when you're growing out the beard, there's always that awkward phase of it where it's just like, hey, you're not quite there yet. Maybe don't go.
I even thought about growing like my hair on my head, like growing long hair. But then I'm like, I'm probably gonna my fattest is probably gonna look like Gabe Newell. So I'm all right.
Are you gonna promise us? Are you gonna promise us Half-Life 3? Give it to us. Come on now.
Oh my god!
What?
Like Tiller, the owner of my fan Discord, he just sent me something hilarious. Where do I post this at? This tweet?
Just go ahead and DM it to me.
DM to you. Do I have open DMs with you? I think I do.
Yeah, I think so.
Wait, do I? Hold on. Yeah. Okay, let me send this to you. It's a rich tweet. And
Oh, I
it's a good
saw
one.
that. Who wore it better, folks? Who wore it better?
Did you see this one, Matt? I'll DM it to you.
Let
Honestly,
me,
with the balding head, it actually looks better on Rich. Honestly.
I mean, yeah, because you can be a bald guy with a mustache and it not looking weird, but then like if you have like head hair, then it's like, oh my god, don't come near my children.
You know what quartering looks like right here?
What does he look like?
He looks like Dog the Bounty Hunter really let himself go.
Yeah, like the mullet's not all there yet.
Oh Jesus.
Oh, okay. Like window
I'm
capture
so
is
mean.
not working.
Jeremy's gonna hate me now. If I were still on Twitter, Jeremy would block me for this.
Yeah, there's gonna be a list of DMs of him being like, "Yo, Tipster has officially lost the homies role."
Yeah, dude, it's karma for what I did to I Bully Bullies.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Exactly.
That's he says that's not why he's mad, bro. That's why he's mad. Like that's where it all started, was losing the homies role. I don't care what he says.
Oh, he like somehow, like, even though like I've never seen him in here before, somehow he's gonna know that you said that, and that's gonna be like his next video.
Yeah. Oh, I heard on because I listened to the clip on Zen stream where Liana called in. He said that I called him a pedophile. That never happened. Even Liana said, because he asked, like, I've heard from people that he calls me a pedophile in private. Is that true?
Oh,
and Liana's
my
like, no, he
God.
never said that. He said you were an asshole, but he didn't say you were a pedophile.
He said he was fishing, like he was fishing for more stuff on you guys.
Yeah.
Rather-
He said he wanted proof that I called him a pedophile in private. And
that-
she's like, no, he never said that.
That's a thing with Sen. Like cause like I had a friend who like no offense
Well,
to
no, it was
Exotic.
Bullies. Bullies wanted to know if I called him a pedophile.
Oh, Bullies
And I
wanted
said
to
no,
know.
because there was this tweet I put out one day. I don't remember what I said, if I'm being completely honest, but he wanted to stretch it really hard to make it into me calling him a pedophile. I'm
Mhm.
like, no, that's not what I meant at all. Like, you're stretching like Stretch Armstrong, dude. So, but I guess he was asking, did he ever call me a pedophile in private? And even Liana said no, he never said that.
Bro, I had a conversation with Bullies last night in that group chat with Sen and everybody, in that voice chat with Liana. And Bullies is like, hey man, I just wanted to let you know, no hard feelings. I got no issues with you, buddy. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I got no issues with you either, man. We're cool. And then today he drops a video on me.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm being honest, dude, because like I feel like he thinks I fucking hate him. I don't fucking hate I Bully Bullies. Honestly, I just think, it's just, sometimes you meet people and you get along with them, and like the friendship or whatever the fuck it just doesn't last. I just think we had a falling out over something minor. I don't hate him. I wish him no ill will. It just kind of, it is what it is.
Right,
know?
right.
Yeah. So if you're watching this, Bullies, I don't hate you, bro. Like, it's all good, dude.
I'm gonna try and get him on the podcast. I think
I'd be open.
yes.
I'd be open to talking to him. I'd be open to having a conversation.
would you want to do it on the Now Recording podcast?
Sure. Why not?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna,
god.
I'm gonna try and work this out right now.
So I don't know
I'm
if
gonna
this
say,
was
not a debate, a conversation.
I mean, I even squashed it with Triton. So like, if it can happen with me and Triton, it can definitely happen with me and Bullies.
So I'm curious, Matt and Toxic. Did you intend for the Now Recording podcast to be solely about Discord drama?
No.
It just,
No,
dude, it
it
just
just
works
happened.
out with that. It
worked
just
out.
works out that way sometimes.
I don't
Yeah,
even
no,
remember what our original intent was.
We just wanted to do something where we bullshit and talk about we're gonna talk about drama stuff, commentary stuff, while also talking about random stuff.
Yeah.
And then we had a bunch of Discord drama happen in 1 week, like back to back Discord drama. And I was like, let's just fucking talk about this shit on the podcast. Like I'm tired of dealing with this fucking bullshit. Like, let's put it out there. And it fucking just it was our like most viewed video for that. And then the next week it was the Liana and Jessica Pizzle and THS where they defended Tipster. And then the next week after that was a Tipster Detractor episode. So it was just like, yeah, Let's just keep this going.
This is your
yeah.
identity now. Well,
Damn, dude.
you need what you need to do now is you need to have like Psych make art for it, where it's just like you guys holding like a torch to Discord and burning it.
Right?
Yeah. Tiller comments, I just scrolled down and saw a reply called "Daddy, your pickle is so big" with a gif of those pixel glasses slowly going over a pickle saying "deal with it." Oh, that's in reference
my
to
God.
that's in reference to the Rich tweet.
Fantastic.
Dude. Fucking okay, so like I like Rich. Rich is the homie or whatever, but like there was a period of time where I kind of fell out with Rich's content. It's not anything against him. It's just, sometimes you watch people and sometimes you don't.
Right.
So what happened was like I just randomly came back one day to watching Rich's content, and then all of a sudden there's this like gimmick with like
I knew
fucking
it.
chickens and
I
pickles
knew it.
and-
Yeah,
or
yeah,
cucumbers
kissing
or
the
whatever, and
chickens.
I'm
I
like,
fell out too.
I'm like, what the fuck happened? What's the deal with the chickens and the pickles? And I've been meaning, or cucumbers, not, well, I mean, they're essentially the same thing.
Mhm.
I've been meaning to ask him, like, what's the deal with the cucumbers and the chickens?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand.
So like I've actually been a fan of Rich for a long time. Like like I know he's not commentary, but like he was sort of my introduction to like a commentary like video, because like he would do like the like sort of like the daily news sort of stuff with like gameplay in the background. And I remember one of the videos he talked about was like the kid crying while the dad made him smash his Xbox. that was a funny one. And then like I didn't watch him for like a solid 3 years, and then like I saw like he like I look and it's like, oh, like he's got a new setup and everything, but then like he starts opening up with like him talking dirty to like plastic chickens. I was like,
Yeah.
what?
I used to watch him a lot through like 2018 to 2020. I started watching him in 2013, but then I think it was like mid 2020 he started doing the like chicken stuff and the cucumbers and all that. And because he started doing that through streams, and I guess people thought it was funny, so he started doing it in his videos too.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's weird.
And it like I understand that like like stuff happens, but I just find it funny that the Quartering and Rich hate each other so much, because like they do similar style of content, like pump out like 5 videos a day, do like the gaming tech news.
Mhm.
Oh my god. Oh, and like
Originally, I didn't understand like the drama. I'm just like, why did these two like old farts hate each other? And I actually had Rich call into one of my streams once to talk about it
Mhm.
and try to get an understanding of like, yo, like, what's the deal? Unfortunately, there were some technical issues that made that hard, so we didn't get to like get all the questions I had answered. But
Oh, that's unfortunate.
once what was it, Quartering made that stupid claim that he like scammed his like family by like, I don't know, buying their house out from I
Right.
don't remember exactly what the thing. I was like, dude, like, what? There's nothing shady about this, like, at all. Like, what are you talking about?
I think he tried to make it into a thing where it's like, oh, like he's buying the property so that way his parents have to pay him. But like, no, like, and that's a thing I've seen a lot with dudes who have parents with like old time values. Like, they buy the house for their parents so that way they can retire and everything. Like, I remember when Tommy did a stream on it, he's like, yeah, that's what an old Italian family does. They buy the house for the parents or the grandparents so that way they can retire comfortably.
Yeah.
And then,
Sure.
oh my god, props to Rich. He's made a killing off the quantum situation,
Right.
especially.
like,
Oh, go ahead.
Before I left commentary, I did the quantum thing, like I was covering it, like the start of it. And then I left, and then I came back, obviously, and I'm picking up where I left off. But like, dude, there was so much content I could have put out there that I just missed out on, dude.
Actually, it was seeing your stream on it that inspired me to do my video. I got the threat by
So you got
Quantum.
harassed by quantum because of me? Holy shit! I'm sorry.
I'm
Dude.
blaming you, tipster.
It is my fault.
Nerdy, how many views did you get on that video when like Quantum showed up?
Oh, 20 views. And that was a good
20
video
views.
for me.
He watches everything on him. Doesn't matter how big or. I'm convinced he has his name in Google alerts. He has to. Quantum.
All right, cool, let me write that
And
down
then
real quick.
I know this is kind I know this is kind of petty to bring up, but like when he did his first video, like the very first video on this drama, he had Tipster's thumbnail in there, and then he had my thumbnail in there. He kept Tipster's
Speaking of that,
views, and then he
Speaking of
cropped out
that,
mine.
Props for being mentioned on Scarce the other
Oh,
day.
dude, yeah. Like I started like getting. I was added by an associate of mine, and he's like, "Dude, you made it on Scarce." It took a minute to process. Like, what? Like, I thought it was like an edit he did or something. I was like, nope, there I am.
Yeah,
Wait, so when
I remember when like the first time I got on Scarce, like he covered like me for a topic or whatever.
Mhm.
Like, I'm sorry, that was like I don't nerd out about a lot of things, but I kind of nerded out about that because sorry, Keem, but I was a Scarce guy back in the day.
Oh yeah,
Whoa.
like dude,
How
I
could
was a
you?
big fan of Grade A Under A, and like I was watching the Keemstar videos, and like I was a really casual, like dumb kid fan, right? So I didn't know any of the context behind anything, and like I just heard him say, "Go subscribe to Scass," and so I did, and I started watching a lot of his content, and that was when he was still doing the gameplay stuff. So it's like, here's a guy I've been watching in middle school, like not shouting me out, but like showing that I've covered a current drama situation. Like that was cool.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I noticed that right away. I was like, holy shit, that's Nerdy John, dude.
Yeah, and like obviously that like there's like, because it wasn't a direct shout out, there was no like traction from it. But hey, like I've made a mark on YouTube, and then like there's a screenshot of me and Quantum's comment, and Actman has actively used that in like all of his evidence against Quantum. And then was watching
It's one of the evidence that was sent to me
yeah
by Ackman.
yeah, and then I was watching Nick's stream, and then like Actman was like sending a bunch of like his like screenshots screenshots to Nick, and then like mine showed up, and I'm just staring at myself while watching a Nick stream. It's like, oh, this is a thing now.
You've made it, dude.
I made it. Although it was like I don't know. It's weird. Like at the same time though, it's like, cause like I'm just kind of like just casually doing my thing, and then like it's like, yo, Nerdy John.
Why do you think I'm on here today, dude? My channel's fucking dead. I need to leech cloud off someone. I had to go on the infamous Nerdy John stream, dude.
The infamous Nerdy
shit.
John.
Well, I mean, you know, Tipster, you start doing little commentary news update videos like you used to. I mean, that channel will start popping again. Just saying.
Oh,
I've been doing
support.
shit. I'm getting dislike bombed to hell by Ackman fans right now. So we're on our way.
Well, yeah,
wait,
that's
why is Mikey Perk following me? He had to be blocked. What the heck?
No.
Mikey Perk is on a redemption arc, man. He's bad. Like, he took Tommy's side in the Ackman thing. Like, he's turned
Mikey's
it
good
around.
people. I've actually okay. First of all, like I love Tommy, and I heard what Tommy had to say about Mikey Perk.
Mhm.
I disagree with him on that. Like Mikey Perk's good people. I've been talking to Mike for a while, and he's good people.
Okay.
Yeah, I got no issues with the guy. I think Tommy's kind of realized he doesn't really have issues with like the issues. Like it's over. Like that was a year ago.
Mhm.
There was like a story that we had that got pitched to us that we turned down because it just didn't seem right. And yeah, so like other than that, it was just it's just been us kind of like chilling, and you know, Mikey Perk just seems like Mikey Perk.
Okay.
I will say this though, if Mikey happens to see this, I feel like my boy Mikey's gonna end up like me, dude. Because you look at that dude's timeline, and he's interacting with lots of e-girls.
Yeah.
So like, watch out, Mikey.
Hell yeah.
Let what happened to me be a lesson. No e-girls. I used to think it was bullshit when Augie and them would say no e-girls. No, like that's no e-girls, bro.
I'm gonna be real with you, Tipster. Though Mikey Perk, all right, I get you. Roar Pickles, really annoying. Don't like her. Don't like her.
Rora's
Like,
good people.
I think she's not.
I also hot fucking take right now. Okay, when you guys, who was the one that originally chat on her because she said like her streaming career is harder than when she had a real job?
That
was that Tommy?
That was Biscuit, which went to Tommy, which got into the Emery situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, okay? And I'm gonna be 100% fucking real with you guys right now. Everybody that shat on her has never watched Aurora Pickles stream. Because if you actually watched her stream and you've seen how much fucking work she put into her streams, you would know that she's probably telling the truth. Her streams are fucking like insane, bro.
There's Tipster defending another e-girl. There he is.
Clip it.
This isn't an e-girl. She's the home girl. All right, like Rora Pickles and I are fucking tight.
Like, all right, like I had no issue with her until I saw that clip of her like sad because she used to get made fun of because she was a woman gamer and like she said her friends used to like shit on her when they were gaming. And that made her. I don't know, dude. It felt like a pity party to me. I hate it when Twitch streamers do that shit. Like, it's just.
Yeah, I can't comment on that because I don't know anything about it. All I know is that like, Rora Pickles is good people. She's been nothing but friendly to me. When I went through the shit I recently went through, she was one of the ones that was like right there, like checking on me, making sure I was good and stuff. Like, she's good people, dude. There's nothing you can tell me to tell me that like Rora's bad people. You just can't do it. By the way, Mikey's in the chat. What's up, Mikey?
I see that. Yo,
what the fuck? Did we just say? Did you say his name and he showed up?
No, he followed.
He showed up.
He followed me before we mentioned him. That's why we talked about him. I was like, wait, Mikey's following me?
I wonder if he's in my server. Maybe he saw my post about me being on here.
Possibly. Which, by the way, again, thank you, Tipster, for that. Mikey, thank you for subscribing.
He is in my server.
Yeah, like I know it's weird to do this at such a small level, but I just don't want to deal with the annoying bots, so I put it on slow-mo, I keep it on subscribers only, and I've never had to deal with it.
Oh, by the way, Tipster, you called it your server.
I mean, I don't own the server, but like, what's the purpose of the server? It's to cater to Mike.
It's basically
it's not my
his
server, but it's my server. Killer's in the chat. He'll tell you that he owns it.
You know that's how the shop from the point server started, right? Tommy didn't own that server. Other people owned it. Or at least that's what I've actually never talked to Tommy about this. I've talked to people who've been in that Discord for a while, and the story they tell me is like other people started the Discord. He was on Skype, and then he like slowly kind of came into the Discord, and he basically took that Discord over. He took that server over, basically.
Oh darn!
Yeah, when I first left commentary, speaking to like Rora Pickles and Mikey Perk, I actually started like making friends with a lot of Twitch streamers, actually. So like I'm really tight with like a lot of the people in the Twitch community. That's why I was telling you, Matt, when we did that stage or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm kind of thinking of going all in on Twitch. Like I'll upload clips to my main channel, but that's why I was thinking about that for a while because I was getting really tight with a lot of the Twitch people.
Yeah.
Like Mikey, Rora, Alicia, what's the other one? Tiffany Lockhart. Like all these like Twitch people, I was getting like super tight with them.
Oh, speaking of Twitch, I know this is old news at this point, but did you see they took away Pyro's sub button?
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I still don't understand that.
Yeah, like it's because he.
What did he do?
Wait.
It was the whole he went like around the protocol to get partnered. That's what they said he did.
John,
yeah.
Put in Dave's Discord. Mikey Perry wants to tell the real story with why he commented on Tommy's comment with Emery.
Oh yeah,
I want to hear this.
Actually, if you check the description, you can find a link to Dave's server. But I'll go ahead and copy paste that.
I put it in the chat. Make it easy for him, dude.
Yeah. Also, too, guys, and it's actually a pinned comment. If you want to donate to the stream, just go right ahead.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, Mikey Perk, would love to have you on, dude. And I've never actually seen Mikey's content. I just thought he was like I know he Twitch streamed, but I just knew him as like a Twitter personality.
Yeah, he's a chill dude. Also, like, let's spam some pizza emojis in the chat because my dude loves pizza. Like, that's all he talks about is fucking pizza.
Okay, there's a joke I can make, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Not that kind of pizza. Motherfucker. Not that kind of
Whoa.
pizza.
I didn't make the joke. I didn't make the joke.
I know where you were going with that, you piece of shit.
Whoa.
You
It-
one-legged piece of shit.
I didn't make that joke. I didn't make it.
I bet he went
Make
like
sure the
7-Eleven
pizza's
pizza.
pepperoni.
Internet,
Make it pepperoni.
Internet Unwind says John is just hijacking Dave's server. LMAO. I mean,
Well, it's kind of like how they used to do after hours in Bo Black's server.
yeah. Well, well, I was supposed to you know how Matt has like the stages show, right? I was supposed to do that after. I was supposed to have something similar to that after Dave would stream. But then I moved back home after this semester of college, so I wasn't able to do it. But essentially I just I host a lot of my streams in here, cuz this is it's an organized server, it's functional. So why not use it, you know? And Dave has no problem with it.
Faux show.
Yeah, but Mikey, if you want to come in, would love to hear your side of things.
We put it in the chat, but I want to hear him express it with his own voice. And
Yeah.
I want to hear your side there, Mikey.
I saw Tommy post what
I
he
agree.
did.
He wants to hear we want to hear your sultry tones.
Oh, does he have a good voice?
I'll relate. Sure, why not?
You didn't sound
Oh,
certain there.
there we go. Look who's here.
Is he here?
Oh,
And that is and I can confirm that is the real Mikey.
yeah. So Mikey, you have. Yeah, I was about to say you have to join in here, and then I'll unmute you.
Okay.
Hey,
How
what's
you
up, buddy?
doing?
What's up, Mikey?
Hello.
Howdy. How's it going?
Good.
Well,
Great to have you on here, man. So yeah, explain your side of things.
Okay. This is, you might think I'm full of shit, but I'll just say my piece and then you guys decide whether or not what you think, okay?
Okay.
So during that time frame, just a month prior to that, someone from Germany was doing hate raids to two streamers, one being Jambo and the other one being Nerd Violet. And when I saw Tommy's post, I didn't know nothing about. I don't know nothing about the commentary community at all. I was just like, okay. I looked at his profile and I just put 2 and 2 together, and I thought it was the same dude because he had a decent following. And I'm like, this son of a bitch doesn't even like women. So I assumed it was the same dude.
You thought
And
it was
then-
the same German hate raid guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's who I thought it was. And then after the fact, when I found out who he was, I felt like a total jackass.
Oh, he smelled blood as soon as you made that tweet. He smelled.
Oh
it.
yeah. So after the fact, I started watching Tommy, and I heard he made a video about me and all that stuff and about the situation. And then he was wrong about a lot of things pertaining to me and about the situation because it was a hot mess.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, a lot of things have worked out. My daughter's home.
Really?
Everything's-
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
you just posted a picture of her
Yeah.
the other day or whatever. Yeah.
That whole situation was a hot mess. She was with a really abusive dude who was going on as her and saying some crazy stuff, and it was hard. It was hard on the whole family. But she left him in the middle of the night, and she's back. So we are working with her to try to get her online and do some schooling and get her diploma. We're trying to mend some fences. We're going to therapy and just trying to make things right,
That's good, man.
Yeah,
that's
especially especially when it's family drama. It's weird for people to have a view of that, especially when it's so public, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So it's hard to make a judgment because I don't want to go out and say, oh yeah, you're a terrible father, or your daughter's, oh she's so ungrateful, because it's you obviously you don't know. Especially you don't
There's pieces missing in private. That,
Exactly.
for obvious reasons, they stay private. So.
Oh yeah. Well, when all that shit happened, there was a lot of mystery behind a lot of things because I had no intention of this like blowing up the way it did because my birthday, we're actually coming up on the anniversary of it.
This is so
My birthday was coming up and I had this big, well, I thought it was going to be big, like a big stream about it. I had like an inflatable pool with some like lotion and pizza shorts, and it was
Thank
gonna be
you,
weird.
Banana Grabber,
And-
for the
It sounds
$10
like it's gonna be
donation.
weird.
Yeah,
Dude, I would have
yeah.
loved to see that. Are we gonna see that at any point?
I almost were scared to even do it because like it feels like an omen of something bad happening.
Nah,
So-
dude, we need to see this.
Yeah.
We need
Oh,
to see this.
and,
I want
uh,
to see this.
I just want to shout out Banana Grabber. Thank you for the $10 donation.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God! Did you? Willie just tweeted out, "My apartment has flooded for the 3rd time, same month. They won't fix the issue."
Oh. Dude, I remember when he tweeted out that video of his like
Mhm.
apartment flooded and shit. Jesus.
Oh, it's in the
that
bathroom
sucks.
this time too, but it's also the light bulb.
Yeah. But Mikey, what I was gonna say is like, so what you're saying is basically you assumed he was a guy from Germany, and you didn't like kind of look into his tweet, because I'm pretty sure he retweeted you when your situation. I don't want to go into your details of your situation. When your situation happened, you know, he was kind of retweeting you and stuff, and I think he
Yeah.
was like, so you didn't realize like he was a different guy than you thought it was.
No,
Okay. I mean,
no. During that time frame, like I had no idea that, like I said, I had no idea that was going to like take off to the degree that it did.
yeah.
That at that day,
Neither
like,
did Tommy.
Neither did Tommy.
oh, well, like talking about my daughter thing, like when I posted like, hey, I'm canceling stream tonight, my daughters went missing, so I'll keep you all like in the loop. When
Yeah.
that happened, within like 24 hours, it just went total nuclear. And I'm like, I'm not a big streamer by any stretch of imagination. I had, at that time, I had 12,000 followers on Twitter, and like no one, I mean, I had a following, but that was pretty much it. And for some reason, it just took off. And I didn't know how to handle it because I was getting DMs left and right. Everything was blowing up. I had news organizations at my house. It even gotten so far to get on E! News in the States.
Yeah.
It was on Yahoo News, CNN, everywhere. And I'm like, what the
Oh,
what the
CNN
heck?
covered this? Wow.
Yeah, it was everywhere. So it was overwhelming to say the least.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
If Tommy posted or like retweeted, I had no idea because I didn't even see it because
You
it
were
was
so much shit at that time you couldn't
Oh.
even keep up.
no.
I
So-
remember tweeting, quote tweeting your original tweet, being like, "Hey, I'm in the same state, so like anyone, in the same, like basically anyone who like lives around here, like, well, keep an eye out."
Help out or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Like people don't realize like how much that helped because like it was someone who saw the YouTube videos is why she got found. Because some of the people that actually, I don't know which video it was. I don't know if it was mine or anyone that covered it. So it could have been tipsters. It could have been, I'm trying to think who made videos about it. I think,
Ordering did videos on
Yeah.
it.
yeah.
I think
So-
Rich
a lot of
from
people
Review
did.
Tech USA did a video
Yeah,
on it too.
Rich covered it too. Yeah, there were a lot of big names
Yeah.
that covered it.
Yeah.
So someone saw one of the videos and that's what tipped them off.
Oh,
And they put undercover police officers at the hotel that she was at. And I just want
that's how they found her.
if you guys don't mind, can I clarify a couple things that seem to be amiss that was
Sure.
alluded to?
Yeah, go right
Sure.
ahead.
When everything happened, like I knew that night where she was because I knew she had snuck out and went to our party, and that's when we called her. And I knew she was at a party that night, but I didn't know where the party was and what was going on.
Right.
And then the next day we called around because she didn't come home. I waited on the couch because I was going to cuss her out and like, what, you know, and
Yeah, pissed at it happens. Pissed off
yeah,
at it.
well, I mean, like, I'm not super strict at like her curfew was midnight, so like that was the thing, and she snuck out. She had like a little dummy underneath the pillowcases and stuff. It was wild. But anyway, we called around and like they said she was at a hotel with a bunch of dudes and like some chicks. So we ended up going to the hotel, and I was livid. And the guys that she was with were overage. They were like 22.
Oh,
So I was going to bust someone's head open. That's what I felt like.
Yeah.
So I took my baseball bat with my truck, and I went up there, pacing through the parking lot, waiting for. I wanted to hurt somebody.
Jeez.
And
I mean, I don't blame you though. As a parent, like I don't blame
Right.
you. You
So we
being the
call-
parent, obviously.
So we called the cops. They couldn't do nothing about it because they didn't know what room it was and whose name it was under. And they ended up leaving. And then my wife, the one girl came down, which I saw you, and I asked her where she was, and the only response was, "I don't know." And she started smiling at me and laughing, and I lost
Yeah, I
my
remember you
shit.
mentioning that. I think it was like in one of your follow-up videos or something. They
Yeah.
were like snickering at you and shit
Oh, yeah.
while you're like a concerned parent trying to find your kid.
And that's when I snapped, and then my wife's like, "You gotta get out of here because you're just gonna cause more problems than what we need right now." So I left, and then they told her she left in a black vehicle, whether it was an SUV or sedan, and that's all they knew, that she was not there, that she was there at one point, but they don't know where she's at. And then we're freaking out because where I live at in Ohio, there's two major highways, one that goes all the way out to the West Coast and one that goes all the way down to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing I'm thinking about is trafficking and everything else. And I'm like, so we freak out to like,
Yeah.
what do we do? And then we just went to the police. And then I went online and said, "Hey, my daughter's missing. My show's canceled for my birthday. I'll keep you all informed." And then it just skyrocketed and blew up. And it was a wild ride, man. I feel really bad about the Tommy thing because in hindsight, I wish I wouldn't have said that, because being a dumbass at that time, I should be more well informed before I make stupid ass comments like that.
Mhm.
And if I had an opportunity, I would actually apologize to him, because it was a jackass. It was bad part of my part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
you-
I'll
you live and
relay
learn.
that. I'm Tommy's co-host. I'll relay that message for you.
Oh, for sure. Like,
Yeah,
I actually have been watching Tommy for the last year, ever since everything happened. And I don't agree with everything he says, but I think it's funny and I like his content. And I actually watch it every day at work or the stream.
Mhm.
So,
That's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, I
Yeah.
see that you got the Meta PC sponsorship. That's good, dude. Especially
Yeah, congrats, bro.
being at the. I mean, you're still bigger than me, but like being a small creator like you, that's great to have like a sponsorship like that.
yeah, the guys from Meta were pretty cool because I met them. I went down to the Jake Paul fight, and they were super nice dudes. Like, they're all former military. They're veteran owned, veteran operated, and they're like, you would never know that these dudes like have money and like make PCs and stuff like that. It was just, they treat you like just like your friends, you know?
Nice.
Right. Oh my God. Speaking of like PCs, does anyone remember that drama with that one company? I forget what the
Artesian
name.
builds.
Artesian
yeah.
builds, yeah.
Yeah.
the guy did like the YouTube apology video where he's like, look,
Dude, he looked like he had just like smoked out because you couldn't even see his eyes. He was squinting so much. It was the funnest thing ever.
yeah. And then like PC experts like actually looked at their PCs and like, yeah, this thing like it's not optimal at all. The scene's
They
gonna
had, like,
overheat.
overheating problems and stuff. Yeah, it was pretty bad. That was an interesting story. That was actually one of the last stories I covered before I left commentary. Obviously I'm back now, but like, yeah, before I left the commentary community, that was like one of the last things I covered. Yo, Mike, since you're here now, I was talking about Rora Pickles earlier, and I was disagreeing with him on like the whole thing about like her streams or whatever. And I was like, she puts in a lot of work into her streams. You're friends with Rora, so like,
Yeah.
you see the hard work that she puts into her streams.
Yeah. Rora's got an interesting background. Like, people don't know like her background, like where she came from and what she's done. She's been in the content creation space for the better part of like 11 years, and a lot of people don't realize that. And like, she's pretty smart in what she does. And like, I started following her when she started streaming on Twitch probably like 3 years ago. And what she was doing back then was than what she's doing now. And like, ideally puts a lot of like work behind all the challenges she does, because the bulk of like what she makes is due to audience reaction. So she puts a lot of like thought into what would get the audience to like interact with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because she's not like, I think a lot of people when they think of like female streamers, they think of like, you know, just chatting streamers. They're just sitting there talking to the chat, or like maybe they're playing a game, but it's just kind of like the appeal is just to look good looking in front of like the stream
Right.
or whatever. I think that's what a lot of people think of when they think of like a female streamer. But no, like she's doing like cooking streams, and like you said, it's very interactive with the chat. The chat dictates what happens on the stream. There's all these challenges and stuff. Like there's a lot of work that goes into her streams. It's not just her sitting on her ass reading chat. Like, so when she says that she probably works harder as a streamer than she did at a normal day job, I believe it, because her streams are insane. I would advise anybody who has that opinion based on her tweet and her tweet alone, watch one of her streams and you will 100% feel differently.
Oh yeah, and she's funny too. Like,
yeah,
I've hung out with her before in Discord and stuff like that, and like I've been in video chat where like I could literally hear her taking a crap in the other room.
What?
And I'm like, what is going on? Like, it sounds like you're dying.
Hilarious, dude.
And she'll come back sweating, like, oh my god, like, holy shit.
She's like super fucking down to earth and like friendly too. Like I said, like we chatted a lot when I kind of like left the internet for a bit recently, and like she invited me and my wife over to her house to hang out with her and her husband and stream with them and stuff. Like she's super laid back and chill.
Yeah,
I like her.
Yeah, she lives like way out there, so like I don't know, I envy that, because like it's all peaceful and quiet out there, and it's like,
yeah, she's like in the middle of like the woods or some shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Because she also has that other channel, that what is it, Chill Pickles, where they like stream, like it's just a 24-hour stream or whatever with like music, and like it's you can see the outdoors around her house and stuff. Like it's a pretty nice looking area.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of like 24-hour streams, have like either of you guys ever attempted that before?
I've done one before and I will never do it again.
How many monsters?
The only thing, dude, literally, I drank so many monsters. Like, it probably wasn't healthy for my heart, honestly, because I felt like terrible after drinking all those monsters and just eating junk food to give myself the energy I needed to keep going. At the end of it, I was just like so glad it was over. I slept for 2 days straight, and I'm like, never again.
Yeah. And then like I'm seeing
like some people have been asking me to do like subathons or something, and I'm like, fuck that, dude. Hell nah.
You can sleep on a subathon, right? You can just go to sleep in front of the stream.
That's true. You can, but I'm just like, no, thank you.
And then there are streamers
I mean,
who
not only that, but like with a day job, like how would I do one?
Right.
Just keep the stream on while you go to work.
I'd probably have to cap it, like maybe take a week or a week and a half or something off of work, and then just cap it. Like we'll go as far as we can until that week or whatever is up.
Yeah, because
that with a day job, it's kind of hard to like do something like that too.
Right. Yeah. That's why it's like when I see people like Ludwig like doing like month-long streams, and it's like it blows my mind, because like I'm thinking like, how is your computer not exploding?
Yeah, that's another thing that Rora does. She's done quite a few of those subathons actually, and hers really entertaining.
She did one for like 33 days straight.
Yeah, and then she recently did that. What was the workout marathon or the walking marathon, where she was streaming herself for several days, like trying to I forget what the goal was, how long she wanted to walk, but they were trying to like stream until they had finished this walking goal or whatever.
I think they did something along the lines of like 110 kilometers.
Something really crazy like that.
Yeah.
Insane.
So
fuck you guys shitting on my girl Rora.
Yeah, whatever. Look, I'll say this one thing, right? All right, back to her original comment that started this whole thing with the Emery situation. I think a lot of issues come towards this thing where a lot of people done it. I've done it. I'm sure y'all have done it. Where you're talking about a specific person, but you don't want to name the specific person. So you make it a general statement, and then people take that general statement as you talking about them, right? So.
Yeah.
She said I remember her saying, clarifying that she was talking about someone specific who said something she didn't like, and she made a
That's
general
right, because the
statement.
Aurora and the Emery thing, they're doing the same situation. That's right. I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah,
Because it
and
started with the Aurora tweet, and
yes,
then Emery jumped in, and she
yeah,
was saying something about like when she streams for her, it's harder than the military or something like that. And then that's when Tommy did his.
yeah.
Oh God.
That was a
That's-
blessing in disguise.
Yeah. Tommy took the bruises on that one, and they ended up doing like a really good charity stream out of it.
Yeah, we raised like 9K. So
That's
crap.
awesome.
Yeah. So like it was like a blessing in disguise, I'd say. And we got to meet, like, we found out that Emery is like this really cool chick who streams and is military and stuff and has a good sense of humor. Is the most important thing. So
Yeah, she's awesome. So she stopped by my stream the other day, and she's just like she feels like one of the dudes. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, for sure. She hung out on one of my streams once, and she was like super laid back and chill.
So I have another question for both Mikey and Tipster. Which platform do you think is just better for overall streaming? YouTube or Twitch? And I'm not talking about like, analytics, like in terms of like which one you've had like the better experience on, which platform would it be?
You want to start, Mikey?
Yeah. I think it just depends on what your content is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I like playing shooters like Splitgate, and I also like playing mobile games like Smite. And I think that Twitch is better for that, and I feel like YouTube is better for podcast and IRL type stuff.
Right, or
But
like
I
the
don't know,
more topic oriented stuff.
Right. Yeah. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope that Twitch releases its exclusivity, whatever the hell it's called,
Mhm.
and allows people to multi-stream to other platforms. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I've streamed on YouTube a couple times, but I really don't have a big following here. So and I don't have a hardcore niche, and it's hard for me personally to stream a lot anyway, because of I work a job where I work 50 to 70 hours a week. So doing any kind of content creation is hard. So it's I'm just busy.
Yeah, for sure. I think I actually agree with your take on it, where it seems like gaming streams do tend to do better on Twitch.
Oh yeah.
So if you have a gaming focused sort of content, I think that Twitch is the way to go. But yeah, when it comes to topics or live podcast or some of what we do, which is the drama streams and stuff like that, that stuff definitely fares better on YouTube.
Yeah. Although you gotta give like Augie has to get a lot of credit for this though, because he's a topic oriented streamer, but he can still I've seen it to where 75% of the viewer base that he would get on an after hours, he gets in a casual gaming stream. Sometimes during the gaming streams, he gets about 1K viewers.
Yeah, he's doing really well with that. See, with my streams, I do a combination of doing commentary topics and I play games. And usually when I'm doing commentary topics, I have pretty decent viewership. But as soon as I go to the games, the viewership just drops off tremendously. Yeah. So he's really fortunate with that he maintains a decent audience even for his gaming streams.
And I think too, it's the same thing with a video. It has to be, you have to title the stream something really clickbaity in order to get some people in there, because sorry to talk about myself, but I have this series called Nerdy Live, and it's basically like the same thing that you did, Tipster, same thing Tommy did, same thing Augie did, where it's like a topic stream where I go over drama, right? I haven't done one for like several months, and then like the recent like Actman tweets, lit a fire to me, where it's like, you know what, I'm gonna boot up a stream right now, I'm gonna talk about it, I'm gonna call it Nerdy Live again, you know, we'll probably get like 2 viewers, but you know, F it, we're gonna rant about this, right? I ended up getting like, I think like my peak was like 30 viewers at one point, and like that's big for me. And and then like the VOD went from like 80 views to now like 190 views. So like it's the thumbnailing, it's titling, because like the one benefit and the reason why I prefer YouTube streaming overall is just like your VODs, like it's not guaranteed, but like sometimes your VOD can get picked up and you can get like a decent amount of views from it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I tend to, when I was keeping my VODs public, I got a lot of replay value on those. Now I have them locked behind memberships though. So
yeah, and I think that's a good way of like incentivizing people to become members, because like, you know, your favorite moment might not be clipped, but you still want to go back and see it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, if/when I ever get monetized and I ever get like the membership thing, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. It's probably gonna be like the generic thing of like, you get a shout out in every video, and you know, you get videos 1 day early, you know, like the Patreon thing. But hey, you know, we'll cross that bridge if/when we get there. But
Yeah, for sure.
Unless there's anything else you guys want to talk about, I think we had a pretty solid conversation overall, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, dude.
Sure.
Yeah.
And props to like Mike for coming on. I think this is the first time we've ever chatted other than like DMs, right, Mike?
Yeah, I think so. Like,
Yeah, it's nice talking with you. Let's talk.
Yeah,
again
thank
soon.
you for coming on my show, man.
heck yeah, because like you came on, you called me a goth mommy, and
What?
What?
Wait, what?
Wait, what happened? Did I miss something?
I'm just messing with you guys.
Oh.
I was like,
Dude,
wait,
Mikey
Do you
knows
want
the
do
lore.
you, just yeah, dude? I told you, me and Mikey talk. Dude, do you want Mikey? Do you want to be the next goth mommy? We can share a pizza together.
If you're offering pizza, like I'm totally down.
oh, people are gonna be
Hell
like,
yeah,
yo,
dude.
I was with Tipster when it came to the e-girl stuff, but now he's gay.
It's the e-boy saga, dude. Let's
Yeah.
go.
We
Heck
get
yeah.
the e-boys riding our e-bikes. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it, dude.
Get our e-scooters going on.
Going on your e-dates.
Yeah, dude. Discord date. We'll watch a movie together, have some pizza. It'll be a good time, dude.
Yeah. But